What's going on YouTube? Modeling that back at you. As you can see, a lot of progress made. Well, actually not really. So this is just a quick test fit, just kind of see how the car looks. And so far, looking really pretty good. Hood, gonna probably have to lightly tweak or bend it down again. Looks like it's just wanting to sit a little proud here on the back. But outside of that, just kind of test fitting everything, seeing how it's looking. One thing I am probably going to go ahead and do when I assemble this completely, I'm actually probably going to go ahead and attach the figure to the car. The heel of her left leg actually is touching, as well as the side of her. So once I get it into the display case, I get the display case out, I'll go ahead, set it up like this, tack her in with super glue just to hold her in and stuff like that. So it'll have her with the car, either in this position, or I don't know, I might try a little something else, but I definitely want it to be to where I don't have to have her glued to a base or anything like that, where if I want to display this outside of a case, I can do that. So, but yep, I'll go ahead and set that up out of the way. That's still going to be a night's project to get that built. At this point, though, I do have all of the clear taken care of. I do have everything polished up. It took me a couple of nights just to polish everything, get that nice gloss coming out in this thing. A few imperfections still, but it is at the end of the day a model kit, and there's only so much that you can do to get everything out and stuff like that. But so far, I am loving how this looks. Interior fits in nicely, locks in really well. Was concerned about gaps and seams and stuff like that. I think it's going to be no problem. In the end, I'm probably going to go through, just get some flat black out and coat the entire inside of this body, just in case if you can see through anywhere, you don't have any problems like that. So go ahead and pull this on up and off. I'll set that just up out of the way, keep it safe. And as you can see, the rolling chassis is kind of fixed. I got the front all fixed up, and then I have the rears that is 100% glued into place. So I have the rear end all built out. I will be completely honest when I say I've built probably, not that many, probably a dozen model car kits and stuff like that. This has got to be the most finicky rear end assembly I think I've ever dealt with. Just because you basically have to set the rear end in, you then have to put the uh, springs in with the um, mounts and things like that, and then basically glue things in a specific order. So what I had to do to get this to lock in correctly, find a pokey something to point things out. Grab a tweezers here. So literally what I had to do is I had to glue these front pieces in, as well as the springs on the inside simultaneously. So once I did that, and those bit and held with the plastic bonding white label. Let me put the cap back on it before it evaporates out on me. But this stuff here, once that bit and held, realize it's out of focus, I then took and flipped the car over, carefully held it up in a position like this and glued it, and then had to actually press them together to lock it in and stuff like that. Only at that point was it lined up correctly for the shocks, which I am going to have to touch up paint on a few things here, which is fine. Get that in frame. But this entire assembly was probably one of the most finicky things I've ever had to put together, for sure. So, not that it can't be done. Obviously, it can. It's not that big of a problem, but it is a royal pain in the butt, especially if you've not done it before, trying to sort out how to do it and stuff like that. So, in either case, it's done. It's over with, in place, locked in. It's pretty much a rock at this point. So that is pretty awesome. I was thinking about like trying to detail the underside, paint the exhaust pipes and stuff like that. You're not gonna see it. This thing is gonna definitely be more of a shelf sitter, especially with the figure attached and stuff like that. I may still come in and try to lightly paint at least the mufflers and things like that. I did still leave the mold and injection marks there and stuff like that. So again, it's probably going to be more of just a shelf sitter at the end. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. Again, definitely like, comment, subscribe, share with anybody you know that would like to like this kind of content and things like that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Later.